Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the zoo. The minions with me this evening are Tyr
What up?
and Adam,
Hello.
and traveling exhibit of Ka today as Dr. Alucard.
I could kill you if I wanted.
Well, either that or you're just Dracula Road, as I pointed out earlier.
You dare mock the Prince of Darkness.
You either
Yes.
have a medical degree or you just get driven on.
I like to think he's the road. No one gives a damn about vampires. Suck ass anyway.
Hey, fuck
Vampires are pretty fucking cool when they're done right. The problem is so many people do vampires wrong.
Nope.
And then you have
Liches
the
are
glowing bastards that... What the fuck is that?
Liches are better. We're just the superior undead.
Liches are written really poorly 90% of the time.
Yeah, because we don't do much things. We just stay in our fucking necropolis and study, and then occasionally we venture outside to conquer a planet or two.
Nerd.
Vampire.
Dork.
Vampire. Oh, I gotta suck precious life goo to survive. And if the sun hits me, I disintegrate into dust. Ooh. Blah, blah, blah. I want to suck your blood. Oh, I can't enter a building unless I'm invited.
That's old hat anyway. We don't follow that rule anymore.
Oh,
Well,
I can't cross a road.
Most undead end up not being able to enter a space unless they're invited, and most undead also have issues crossing water. Not roads, water.
Oh, well. I'm scared of water.
Liches also have that issue.
We don't go anywhere.
At least we are more socially accepted.
Liches have that issue because water not only is something that deals with purity, which gets rid of the undead taint, which is why a lot of undead things can't cross running water. They can cross stagnant water, just not running water.
I'll be right back. I gotta check on my dinner again.
Again, we don't leave our necropolises.
Necropoli. Hang on.
And
Necropolises.
then also, they have issues with pure metals and shit like that. The other reason why liches also have problems with running water is running water grounds out magic. Which is why if I had the talent to do so, and I were to ever try to write a modern fantasy series, the premise would be that we did everything that we could in order to protect ourselves from magical creatures, and we've just forgotten. Because, think about it. When you're sitting inside your home right now, what's running through your walls?
Water.
Yeah, and running throughout the entire city, isn't it?
Yeah, sewers, pipes, shit like that. Yeah.
Yep. And then, what holds your house together?
Planks of wood, sometimes steel.
Well, think what fastens the bits of wood together.
Iron nails.
Yep. And what's one of the most common metals for jewelry?
Silver.
Yeah. And what are some really common things that we throw in food in order to make it taste good?
Salt.
And?
Garlic.
Yeah. What if everything that goes bump in the night is real, just we have adapted to make these defenses just part and parcel of being alive?
So we unintentionally keep them out.
Yeah,
without
because
actually keeping them out.
Think about it. Where do all the stories of things that go bump in the night occur now?
Outside rural places.
Yeah. far away from the protections, far away from the
cities,
the pipes that run with water constantly, so that no matter where you're going in the city, you're going to be crossing over running water. Far away from where all the buildings are held together with a shit ton of nails, and they go for more traditional methods of wood joinery that doesn't use nails. That's I think where an interesting modern fantasy story would come from.
Mm-hmm.
Someone realizing that, oh shit. Especially, do you know that there's a lot of technology that has been popping up recently to try to make it so that we don't have to use as much iron, for instance?
Makes sense. Maybe they're trying to weaken our defenses.
Yeah, there's different processes to make wood as strong as iron.
Jesus fucking Christ, I just burned my tongue.
I would laugh at you, but that's a serious matter, so...
I burned it at all, trying to... tasting the food. Making sure it was decent and not fully turned to mush.
What kind of food you make?
It's just a hamburger helper tonight. I'm not going crazy.
It's hamburger helper, and I helped. Yes, I remember that commercial. I am that old.
Yes, me too. Wait, when didn't Hamburger Helper come out like late 80s?
I don't fucking know.
I want to say it's even earlier than that.
Yeah, but isn't that just like a packet of spice and some noodles?
Yeah, mostly.
Spice, noodles, sometimes rice rather than noodles.
Still gotta have the hamburger.
1971.
Yep, you just add the hamburger to it. And that's pretty much it. Hamburger and water are the two things that you need to bring to the table for Hamburger Helper.
And sometimes milk.
Sometimes.
This one calls for it, so.
A lot of those, though, it is better with milk rather than you need to have milk.
I hate my personal favorite used to be the cheesy enchilada with the rice. I used to love that, and they changed the flavor on it because it's disgusting now.
Okay.
And it used to be fucking delicious. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, I tried it a while back, and I was like, oh my god, this is horrible.
Or it could be that your taste buds have changed.
That too.
Yep, that's also an option.
Right now, I got the double cheeseburger macaroni.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm making tonight. And I bit into the fucking bit of hamburger in the one of the noodles and burned the fucking piss out of my mouth and my tongue.
Okay.
Tasting for seasoning. And what the hell is that noise?
Oh, what is that?
That is the mixer that I said I was going to turn on, dumping things into in order to get the start of a bread dough.
You're riding, and yes, boot tier.
It is just about to the point where I'm going to turn it off.
Okay, do you guys want to hear the song that I was working on?
Sure. I can't tell. Pay attention.
Oh ha ha. Share screen. Window application. Share. Can you see it now?
There we go.
Okay. And play.
Wow, you shared the entire screen.
I'm sorry, what?
You're now sharing the wrong
shared
screen.
the entire rather than just the window.
Yeah.
And I can't hear it. Did you click share sound?
It's because he's sharing the entire screen. He's sharing the entire program. Click off of it. No.
Wait,
No.
Move.
What, can you not hear it?
Click. Yeah.
No.
Click off share, and then share just the window, and make sure to click share sound.
Or share your tab.
Okay, hang on. I gotta figure that out. Is that the share screen, right?
You do share screen, share window, or share tab.
Open
Then there's
tab.
an option for share sound.
Also share tab audio. Okay. Share.
There we go.
Can you see it now?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Wait. Fuck. God damn it.
Well,
There you go.
Static screams through broken glass. The signal calls from the haunted past. The whispers crawl through electric veins. A curse reborn in data's chains. In the flicker of the ghost screen night, a face appears in the dead of night. Through the veil of the cursed device, a shadow speaks its dark and rise. Whisper truth from beyond the grave, calling out from a drowned wave. Every eye that dares to see becomes the voice of destiny.
All right, I gotta admit, it's catchy.
What?
I said it was catchy.
Yeah.
I know it's really good. It's actually it's based off of The Ring.
I surmised from the name Samara.
I figured you'd get it.
But yeah.
hold on. So you worked on this, or this was the AI stuff?
I worked on it. I was changing different things around, and I figured out how to actually make it a little bit better. And I had the right. I had to put the right fucking styles in at first.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't, it'll put in something that I don't want.
It's an AI production that he refined.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Most of the lyrics came from ChatGPT, and I had to type in some prompts and figure that out. And then you put it into here, into the AI music generator, and that's basically what it does. And then it spits out 2 options. On the free option, you can choose one of the 2 that you like.
Or you can keep them both.
Or keep both.
Where is this?
Like my library has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
And
19 songs now.
did they count? Are they counting this as a?
And hello, Rotten. How you doing?
What up, Rotten?
For a second, I thought that was fucking Matt.
What?
For a second, I thought that was Matt.
Matt who?
Antoine? Y'all know him.
Yeah,
He was one on one of the game streams a long time ago.
That fucking narrowed it down.
Yeah, Matt Antoine.
If I
Antoine.
know the voice, I don't know the name because I'm terrible with names, and I will.
I have to remember a lot of people and a lot of shit, so I try to limit my thoughts to the people that I remember on a consistent basis. On a consistent basis.
Oh, I had
Them personal.
I had a friend that I didn't know the name of for the first 2 years of being friends with him.
Yeah. I have that, and I feel shitty about it some days. Then I realized I'm a horrible human being.
And then if you ask that person's name, you got to figure out how to find out their name without being weird.
Oh yeah.
There
I
you
just
go.
went for the method of I didn't, and then eventually someone else is going to say their name around me.
That's how I feel. Eventually, someone will say their name around you. You'll be fine.
That's
Isn't it?
But yeah, have you guys been keeping up with all of the shit fits being thrown recently?
Yep, and they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know which one is more hilarious, to be honest with you.
Oh, I think the one that I'm finding the most what the fuck is wrong with these people and just laughing my ass off about is if EBT and Snap
Yeah, those are
stop
fucking hilarious.
sending me my money, I'm just gonna start robbing people and looting.
I'm just gonna start stealing.
Yeah. Because it's one of those you can't get pissed off when people go, well, there might be a problem with this community, and then have that community be the only one to go, well, if we aren't sent money, we're just going to start looting. That's the problem people are pointing to.
If you aren't gonna send the money, we're just gonna steal.
Yeah. It's just this ridiculous fucking reaction. Because,
Yes.
first off, I haven't seen a person come out and do that wasn't larger than I am by a considerable
Nice.
margin.
I agree.
I mean, they have like 1.5 me bare minimum most of the time. And yet they keep doing it.
It's ridiculous. Like, honestly, it is fucking insane.
Yep. And the fact that they're blaming Trump, the Republicans, everyone other than the Democrats who decided we're going to close down government.
Yeah.
And everyone went, are you sure that's a good idea? We're going to do it. I don't think that that's a good idea. We're going to do it anyways. Okay.
I don't think it'll work like you said. Think it'll.
You can do it. But why are all of our constituents not getting their money? First off, why did you just come out and say that it's all of your constituents? Secondly, yeah, if people depend on the government funds and you say that you're going to close down the government, what did you think was going to happen exactly?
Apparently, they were expecting sunshine and fucking rainbows.
And then there's the people getting pissed off that in order to add on to a building, you have to demo a wall.
Oh God, those. But they're acting like this is the first time in all of history that a president has done something to this effect.
Yeah, the first addition or change to the White House is how a lot of people are framing it. When no, they've happened frequently. One of the last major ones was when an outdoor tennis court was turned to an indoor basketball court
By Barry Obama.
by the Obamas.
Yeah, you can check out the old CNN coverage on that too. They were pretty uplifted about it.
Yeah. They were saying that it was a new change because the president was so young and cool. And you're going, okay. Yeah, I'm not really pissed off about it. I'm kind of annoyed how much it costs. But the fact that there was a change to the White House in order to accommodate the president, yeah, that's kind of what is supposed to happen. It's supposed to be that when the president comes in, that's why there's an allotment for changing all the rooms, and then for bigger projects, you have to go bigger than just the allotment. Oh, and Ka is having to restart because his computer froze, so he will be rejoining us.
As always.
But just the fact that people are absolutely shitting the bed over when you add to a building, you have to remove a wall to add to the building.
But they're acting like, again, they're acting like this is some new shit that's never happened in the history of the planet.
That it's new shit, that it's completely unfounded. Like, no one's ever had to destroy a wall in order to add to any building, ever. Every time that you add to a building like that, you take out a wall.
Yeah,
Then,
but it gets even better because it's not just Trump that's going to benefit. It's every president afterward.
mm-hmm. In fact, of the presidents that might benefit, because it's not even guaranteed that he will benefit. It depends on how long the construction takes. This is government construction that we're talking about, which can take for fucking ever. The president that is either going to benefit the least or has the lowest likelihood of benefiting from it is Trump.
Mm-hmm.
But it's absolutely ridiculous. Yep. Though it seems like there wasn't much to say about either of those topics from either of you. Do you guys have topics that you want to launch into?
Oh no, I was still in it. I mean, it's again, the ballroom isn't necessarily what's the word for? They're only bitching for something to bitch about. It has no merit. It has no hold on the grand scheme of things. If the precious Barack, if it was Barack that did it, they'd have been, look what our president did. You know, look what Obama and Chief did.
That.
Yeah, I know
do that when he was building that fucking $400 million basketball court.
Way to be fucking stereotypes, Barry.
Yeah, they didn't have any issue with the basketball court. It did cost a fair bit of money. People will try to lie and they'll try to say, well, that only cost $100,000. No, what the story that they cite says is that presidents get $100,000 to renovate rooms within the White House. Without any question, anything beyond that, they have to then ask for more funds for. But Obama had declined the $100,000. And then he decided that he was going to add a basketball court by renovating a tennis court so that it could function as an indoor basketball court or indoor tennis court.
And that took more money than Trump's fucking ballroom, which is funny. However, it is hilarious because there have been several presidents that has been trying to fucking get a ballroom put in for decades.
Yep.
And Trump is tearing down the FDR's East Wing, which is a monument to racism and slavery and other kinds of shit.
But they don't care.
Because fucking FDR is a piece of shit.
Again,
Yep.
if they cared, we wouldn't be having this issue. We wouldn't be here talking about it. They
No.
don't care. It doesn't fucking matter to them, and it's fucking sad. It really fucking is.
And it's one of those things that, that people shouldn't give a fuck about, but they act like it is. They act like he's destroying something that's sacred. I'm like, motherfucker, y'all were busy destroying monuments and statues for the last 10 fucking years
Mm-hmm.
to supposed racism.
The easiest comeback for them, and again, it really wouldn't matter because at the end of the day, it doesn't. For them, it's a us versus them mentality either way. But they didn't have any qualms when they were burning the church across the way from the White House.
Yep.
And gloating about putting Donald Trump in a bunker. So let's not pretend that these are rational people. I mean, they
Principled
They're
individuals.
not rational.
This is why when people sit there and we gotta do. No, how many years of this bullshit have we dealt with? And
10 fucking years now.
yeah, and I'm sorry, but if your viewpoint is but they're just protesters and they just you deserve a boot in the fucking face too. Like,
But
go fuck
rioting is
yourself.
a voice for the voiceless.
No, it's not.
That's what I keep hearing about it. This bullshit.
Rioting is the voice of the voiceless. No, it's not. Voting is the voice of the voiceless.
Well, the
You know-
thing is that there is an element to the writing is the voice of the voiceless. The problem is the way that it's supposed to work is that you exhaust every other route before the rioting. Because if you don't have any evidence that you're voiceless, then rioting is just your dick and you think that every other method's too slow.
All right. Do you mind if I explain my rant here that I did the other day?
Sure.
Go right ahead.
All right. Rant mode engaged. This one might be of a hot take, so bear with me. Is it bear? All right. Anyway, I am sick and tired of whenever the president does something that is not exactly helping people or doing something for himself. I always hear, but what about our veterans? It's the same bullshit tactic that the left uses about illegals and LGBT. It's pulling heartstrings and guilt tripping. I'm fucking tired of it. Oh my god, who gives a flying fuck if the president's building a ballroom? I could give a flying fuck less. I'm probably never going to be invited to it, and trust me, most of y'all are probably never going to either. I don't give a fuck about the optics either. It's just an addition that's being built on. Jesus fucking Christ, y'all act like it's the end of the fucking world when Trump does anything anyway. Y'all tore down statues for 10 years and suddenly cry when Trump wants to build onto it. The veterans thing is fucking stupid. The president isn't Superman. He can't do everything at once. He has 4 fucking years to 8 years to do a job he was voted to do. These are the same people who are 100% okay with their cities being full of crime and destruction and do nothing about it. So why don't you call your local governor, a mayor, a police chief, someone who does something for veterans? All the president can do is sign an executive order, and then it's up to the Supreme Court to uphold that or disapprove the said executive order. And so what? If there's always going to be homeless veterans until someone in your local government does something. The VFW can only do so much. Why not reopen some of those abandoned asylums and make them into veteran shelters? What a Marvel concept.
Mm-hmm.
I've got family and friends who are ex-military or former military and would probably agree with this idea. It's not the president's job to do this. He's got a million things to do anyway, unless we're talking about Biden, who didn't do fuck all. So I'm goddamn tired of hearing about veterans. It's fucking enough already. Either nut up or shut up. If you care so damn much, why don't you help them? You'll go further doing something than crying about what the president's doing. Your bloviating bullshit about Trump constantly gets on my damn nerves. We deadass had a child-sniffing weirdo who told an 8-year-old girl that she looked 18 with a bow in her hair. That didn't trigger anyone, but Trump's building a ballroom. It's the end of the fucking world. It's like, give me a fucking break. Besides, the White House is just a fancy fucking museum that the president can live in.
Yeah, there's a
got
couple
one for you.
things that I would be slightly annoyed if they ended up renovating out of the White House.
Mhm.
One of the main things is if they renovated out the scorched bricks, that would piss me off. Because do you guys know what the scorched bricks are?
No.
Isn't that from the War of 1812?
Yep, War of 1812. White House was burned down. Part of the White House that was burned down in the War of 1812 is preserved in the current White House as exposed scorched bricks.
Mhm.
Do you think they'd really get rid of that?
Say again?
Somebody might.
I mean, but the only time the White House have been sacked or burnt.
Actually, that could be fucking good. Damn.
Like we've never had like that's the only time the White House we've ever had a breach that far into our nation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we with the fucking Canadians that gave it to us.
It wasn't Canadians. It was
I think
British.
that's
It was English. It was the Brits that were commanding an auxiliary of Canadians.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Again,
an accurate way.
the
of-
British Marines.
Yeah, but
I like to say with the Canucks standing because if we allow it to be the British, then we'll never fucking hear the end of it.
Yeah, well, no, just no. I don't want to hear it from the fucking Canucks either. I'd
Yeah,
much rather hear it from the fucking Brits.
yeah. But the thing is that you can steal both their thunders by actually correctly identifying it, which was Brits commanding Canadian auxiliaries.
Mm-hmm.
Commanding Canucks standings.
So
Yeah, so if they want to play as the Hessians, then go ahead.
But my thing is still the I wanted to point out was in California, they paid like fucking upwards to like $5 billion, not 5 billion, but towards that effect, to fight homelessness in the state. And the guy they gave this money to was siphoning it off and using it. Like they don't care about the homelessness problem. Look,
No.
homeless vets are a massive source of fucking revenue. Like, let's be honest. Oh, we got to help the homeless vets. So we need another $35 trillion to help the homeless vets. Yeah. While everyone is skimming from the top, and by the time it gets down to these homeless vets, it's only like $20.
Well,
Yep.
let me clear this out because there was no Canadian forces that was close enough to the fucking capital of the Americans that was capable of even doing that. There was a group of Canadians that were aboard the ships that came across with the British that just so happened to be part of the British expedition that attacked the fucking capital. There
Like
was
I
no
said,
fucking
the British Army.
There was no Canadian fucking
auxiliaries.
forces. Yes, awesome. There was Canadian people that fucking, because of course we're talking about this time of day where you couldn't have fucking a wholesale like. Okay, yeah, it was the British. It was the British. It wasn't the fucking Canadians. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't want to hear from the British though. Like
yeah, that doesn't
Still wanna
matter.
hear from
Again, the most accurate way of phrasing it is
British. Shut up.
British and Canadian auxiliaries,
It was done. It was the British.
which is in the British and Canadian auxiliaries.
Exactly.
I don't
Now,
know why.
Okay, we're done. I
And
don't
is
understand
the-
why you have to fucking pick trigger, dude. It was the British. It was not a
and
fucking Canadian fucking battle battalion force. It was the British.
The British, the
It
Canadians.
was a Canadian guy who was
the
after
Canadians
he
are-
happened to have a fucking torch, and he fucking tossed it in there. It was the Canadians that torched it. Stop it! Don't give them that fucking luxury. It was the British. Don't give them the luxury.
Yeah.
I think his hatred
No
for the,
offense to any of our
Canucks
no offense to any of our
outweighs my
Canadian
hatred for the
family here. No offense to any of our Canadian family here, but they're kind of.
We don't
they're
call
kinda
it
called
Canadians here, the
crossbacks.
Canucks standings.
Yeah, dude, they gloat so much about it, and it's like a nonsense. It's like
Yeah,
that'd be
they
like
gloat
that'd be
about
like
it,
a
which is
German
nonsense.
sitting there saying like,
That-
"Yeah, dude, we stopped fucking George Washington." It's like, no, you
That
didn't,
is the
idiot.
part that is annoying. But again,
But it's not true. It's just not true.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's not true.
because
Sanguine, you're
Canada
wrong.
wasn't a
Sanguine,
thing.
You're wrong.
Canada wasn't a country.
Sanguine,
They
you're
did
wrong.
have auxiliaries.
Awesome.
Auxiliaries were a thing.
That's great
and
what
they
you're saying. You're wrong.
were there.
Awesome. You're wrong.
No, I'm not.
You're wrong.
I'm
was
not
British.
wrong.
Moving on.
You
Because
can continue.
the
You
Canadian
can continue. Sanguine,
auxiliaries were
Sanguine, you
part
can continue.
of the
You can
English
Sanguine, you can
forces.
continue. You can let's continue the conversation. Just accept that you're wrong. It was the British
No,
forces.
fuck
using
you.
continued-
I'm not wrong. You
Okay, well,
ignorant
you don't want to be wrong, but you're wrong. That's
No.
okay. I understand. But you're wrong. So let's continue the conversation and we can go on.
No, because that is
Get
not
to with
wrong.
this.
That is not wrong. When they had auxiliaries out of Halifax with them as part of the group.
And I just made Halifax yesterday. Damn,
Halifax?
they're old.
Nowadays is part of Canada. Was it its own country? No. Were there auxiliaries that were part of it? Yes.
When did Kanakastani become a
I don't
nation?
know. Hold on. I think there were some Dutch mercenaries there too. I guess the Dutch burned down DC, didn't they?
If there
It was
were
the
Dutch
British. Shut up. It was the
mercenaries
British.
as part of the force,
It was the
then
British.
it would be accurate to say
Under the
that
British
was
flag.
the
It was the British. It was the British. Just stop it, dude. It was the British. Dude, it was the British fucking burnt down DC.
Okay, this is
There's
getting
no-
annoying. Okay, so now that we have dealt with that, I'll invite you back in, Adam, when you're willing to not be a raging asshole at the moment. But
Okay.
that was infuriating. Going back to what we were talking about before that, there's the scorched bricks from 1812. If they got rid of the scorched bricks from 1812, that would piss me off. Because that's an actual bit of history. They're kept exposed so that it is something that people that work in the White House remember. That, yeah, even the White House was once able to be torched.
And we gotta make sure that shit never happens to fucking again.
Exactly.
That's basically, and what's funny is that they've been doing this for a long time. Where
God damn it. Hold on. I'm looking at the War of 1812 and I'm looking at the belligerents. You had the United States, had the Cherokee, the Chickasaw, the Choctaw, the Lower Creek, and the Tuscarawas. And then on the British side, you had the UK, the Tasman's Confederacy, so pre-Canada Canada. No, that's from the Great Lakes. Red Sticks, the Manomi, the Six Nations of the Grand River, and West Florida. Wow. Spanish West Florida.
There were a shit ton of different parties that were employed by both sides.
Who officially won the war? What was the outcome?
War of 1812, the last major battle the U.S. won. Most of the battle was going back and forth. The U.S. was getting the worst side of it. Again, last major battle was a major one. It was something that if the war had continued past it, it would have been a turning point. The Brits decided that it was not worth trying to continue the fight because they were also having to deal with the rising Napoleonic threat.
Okay. Casualties and losses. United States, 20,000 killed in action. 2,200. Sorry, killed in action. 5,200 died of disease. Up to 15,000 deaths from all causes. 4,500 wounded. 20,000 captured. 8 frigates captured or burned. 1,400 merchant ships captured. Damn near 300 privateer ships captured. 4,000 slaves escaped or freed. And then on the British side, 2,700 died in combat. 10,000 died from disease. Died from all causes. 15,500 captured, 6 frigates captured or burnt, 56 small warships lost, 1,344 merchant ships captured, 373 recaptured, 10,000 indigenous warriors or civilians died from all causes, 14 Spanish killed and 6 wounded. I think the British lost this one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No fucking shit. Hang on.
It was one of those things where.
Share? You mind if I
Okay.
read this? This is the reason that the War of 1812 actually started. But I'm just going to read a brief overview of it real quick. The War of 1812 pitted the young United States in a war against Great Britain, from whom the American colonies had won their independence in 1783. The conflict was a byproduct of the broader conflict between Great Britain and France over who would dominate Europe in the wider world. In Britain's effort to control the world's oceans, British Royal Navy encroached upon American maritime rights and cut into American trading during the Napoleonic Wars. In response, the young republic declared war on Britain in June 18, 1812, and the two leading causes of the war were the British Orders in Council, which limited American trade with Europe, and impressments, the Royal Navy's practice of taking seamen from the American merchant vessels and to fill out the crews of its own chronically undermanned warships. Under the authority of the orders in council, the British seized some 400 American merchant ships and their cargoes between 1807 and 1812. Press gangs, though ostensibly targeting British subjects for naval service, also swept up 6,000 to 9,000 Americans into the crews of the British ships. Basically, the Brits were kidnapping American sailors and forcing them to be British Navy.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what the entire war was about.
Yep. But yeah,
Don't fuck with our boats, apparently.
Yeah, they had the nerve to touch the fucking boats.
If they were to remove the scorched bricks, that would piss me off, because those are important. Those are historical. Those actually matter.
Yeah.
We're going to expand the building, so we're tearing down one wall and expanding the building
the world.
that way is not something that's going to get me bent out of shape.
But my historynomy, my
But Torf is the one who did it, so he's the bad guy.
Yeah, that shit.
But my orange man.
It's like, if it was anybody else, they would not have made it a big fucking deal.
Yep.
But my orange man bad though.
I know, right? It's like, oh, he's destroying the White House. That's the narrative that they've been using.
Yeah, they've been saying that he's destroying the White House for having a fairly standard renovation project of adding something to the White House.
That is sorely.
It isn't getting rid of anything that is truly historic. It's not like they destroyed the Lincoln bedroom,
which is one of their things that they like to accuse Trump of doing.
Yep, because he changed decorations in it.
Yeah, but the every like you said, every president has done something and changed something. Like they've altered it in small ways. No one's gave a damn before. No one will give a damn afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
The ballroom is sorely needed because all White House events are either on the front lawn in tents, which is fucking terrible if it's fucking cold.
Yep.
Or terrible because if it's fucking hot. So it sucks. And they can't let themselves admit that, yeah, maybe we do need, a proper meeting space, event space that we can host dignitaries and be seen as a fucking proper nation.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Yep.
But then again, it is what it is. I mean, what do I know?
Going back to something because Rotten did chime in about the whole Snap and EBT thing.
Yes.
He said he still couldn't believe some women had the audacity to say that taxpayers have the responsibility to feed her kids.
No,
And yeah,
you had a responsibility to feed your fucking kids.
that shit was mental.
Look, this is this. I will say this again, and I'll say it again, and I'll continue to say it. If I don't get the fun parts of making these little motherfuckers, I don't want to deal with the shitty parts of fucking raising them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm tired. I'm tired of my blood, sweat, and tears going to lazy motherfuckers, laying up with lazier motherfuckers who all they want to do is rip one and make fucking kids. No, I'm tired. I don't work for you. I work just for my own fucking habits, not yours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the fact that he's asking me like 20 hours a week. 20 fucking hours a week. That is, if you work 5 days, that's 4 days of work.
Mm-hmm.
That is part-time. McDonald's, somewhere, some fucking way you can go that will give you 20 hours a week, and all you have to do, you don't even got shit. You can do 2 10s. I'm happy with 2 10s.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I can't do that. Bitch, then you can't eat. And then it's always motherfuckers with like painted on nails and shit. She got fresh nails. She got a car and shit. She not living like she poor. She living like a fucking queen. She ain't done a fucking honest day's work in her life. Fuck you, bitch. Get a job. You only 25, bitch. Get a job. I ain't feeding no kids no more. I'm done with that shit. I'm fucking done. I live in a black community. I've seen welfare queens, 4 or 5 generations of women. All they do is just sit there and lay up with these motherfuckers and pop out kids. And they ain't worked a day in their life. And then they had the nerve, the audacity to bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the part that pissed me off the fucking most. It is the sheer entitlement. If somebody was humble and said, I'm thankful for whatever, the fact that I can get this, and I understand. Hell,
yeah, if it was someone who was saying, I'm working this amount of time, I'm doing every job that I can fucking find, every job that I can actually do, I just don't have enough to make ends meet, and this is what I have been relying on, because this makes it so that we have that added little bit that
and I'm willing to help.
Keeps my head above water. I need this. I would be going, okay, I feel immensely sorry for this person. The people going, well, you work for me. This isn't
fuck no, I don't work for you.
No, fuck you. I don't work for you. You don't get to demand that I take care of you. You don't get to demand that I take care of your kids.
Yep.
If
and
you're
I grew
really hurting and I have the ability, I might donate.
I agree with Rodden. I still love how rich leftists complain about people losing SNAP EBT, but absolutely refuse to spend their own money to help. Yeah, you're rich. Stop. Put your fucking money where your mouth is. Why don't you go out and help a poor black family, get food? Like feed, you got buku money. Take $200 of your dollars and buy them food.
And you don't have to go out and buy the fucking expensive ass food anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, Tier, did you see that video? There was a video of a lady. She asked her baby daddy for money, right? To get her. The real reason was to get her kids food. That was her reasoning. He said, "Hold on, I have a better idea." He went out and bought almost $200 worth of food and drinks for those kids. She got mad, posted a photo of all the stuff that he put on the porch for her, and tried to shame him Why couldn't he just have given me the money?
No, bitch, you don't need. No, you know what? All right. So a while ago, this is age ago, this many months ago. This video of this man. He could take his. This woman got multiple baby daddies. This man take his kid and get his kid McDonald's. The woman complained that
I remember
he
that
didn't
video.
get. Yeah, he didn't get the other kids McDonald's. They not his kids.
No, they're not.
He complained, and that's what he said. Like, get they. Well, I can't have them. You know, you come and you being nice to your kid. Yeah, because it's my kid.
Yeah,
I'm not their fathers. I mean, I feel bad. I don't want my child rubbing it in, so that's why me and my kids stayed in the car date. But they want me down to get these other niggas to get them because the other ones aren't paying. The other ones aren't paying child support. They're not spending time with their kid, but he is. So she's gonna make him feel bad, and he shouldn't.
yeah. It's
Exactly.
a case of you don't get after the person who's doing right by his kid. Get after the people that aren't doing right by their kids.
And the thing is that all she wanted was money so that she could go out and do whatever she wanted.
Yep.
Of course.
She didn't give a shit about the food that she just like. Why did he get all this? I didn't want him to get all this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, bitch, you asked for like $200 and he went and got $200 worth of food. You should be. That's at least enough for a month right there, maybe 2.
And it's the same type of entitlement that we don't just see with the EBT and Snap, and we don't just see with this element, but it's the same sort of thing that the nightmare stories of, so she brought a friend to our date
Nope.
type
Oh, hell
stories
no.
end up with.
It's like, all right, so I was looking at something, and this woman goes with date with this guy. He say, let's go get drinks. She come with a big ass appetite, gets food and whatnot. So he paid for his drinks and he fucking leaves her. She tried to sue him for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell no.
And the judge like, well, he only offered you drinks. You got all the food. Did he get something to eat? No. It was only for the request was for drinks. So you on your own with that one.
Oh,
Okay.
and it wasn't just that he got up and left and
Oh, you
didn't
texted.
pay. It was the fact that the entire time that he was sitting there,
She was ignoring him.
she was ignoring him.
Mm-hmm.
The dude even had the waiter or waitress, I can't remember which one it was, come into the court and go, yeah, she didn't say a single fucking thing to the dude. It was awkward.
Yeah, because she was an Instagram model and she was working.
Yep.
I hate people who are like they're only there for a free meal.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
who I fucking hate. And what bothers me
yeah.
about it, all right, this is a personal anecdote here. I went on a date with my girlfriend. I went on a date with my girlfriend when she was here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It was our first date, by ourselves, not with her mom or her sister. It was just me and her,
Mm-hmm.
and it was awesome. It was great. It was just me, her. We were at this like pizza place that I have never been to before, so that was fun. And
Mm-hmm.
these people act like the person that you are supposed to be with are your meal ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And it pisses me off. Like you can't enjoy a meal together without that. Like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had some miserable dates before. And most of them boil down to that, where you can tell that the person is only there because they're getting food and drink out of it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you try to get a conversation going for a while, you try to engage, and then at a certain point you just realize there's no point.
Yeah, you might as well just cut your losses and leave.
Yep. So you cut everything as short as you can, because at that point you're going, yeah, this is just time that I'm not getting back. And
Yeah.
sometimes it'll happen naturally. Sometimes you'll meet someone, you'll think, oh, this is going to work out well. Then you actually go on a date and you find out, no, it seemed like you guys might be compatible, but you just aren't.
Weren't.
Some of my favorite instant karma ones are when the supposedly person that's bringing people to the date, her friend,
Mm-hmm.
the guy ends up being with the friend,
Yep.
and they actually been married for quite a while.
But you know, again, look. I didn't invite you and your friend out. I invited you out, and now you're bringing your friend. So you gonna pay for you and your friend because ages ago. This ages ago. This woman. Now this is China. This woman invite her whole motherfucking family to her first date to show her off her generosity.
Mm-hmm.
Her boyfriend's generosity. Boyfriend get up and leave.
Yep.
Oh, I would too.
Though, if you're going to have the date be completely transactional on your side, then I think that it's perfectly fine to have it be completely transactional on the other side. Where it's, oh, okay, so the entire point of this date was for you to get a meal, right? Yep.
I'm gonna get some pussy.
Okay. So I'm getting both you and your friend then, right? Because you brought them along. And
No.
if this is going to be transactional, then it's going to be transactional. If it's not going to be transactional, then it's not going to be transactional. And it's either transactional on both sides, perfectly fine. I don't really have a real complaint other than I wouldn't personally go for it. On both sides, no issue. Non-transactional on either side, that's the way that I would prefer. Fantastic, go for that. It's not transactional on one side, but it's transactional on the other side. No, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
It either is or it isn't. You don't get to go, well, for me it is, but for you it isn't.
Yeah, that's the whole rules for thee, not for me crap.
Yeah.
If you want to have transactional dates, congratulations. You're a whore for the price of a Big Mac.
God damn it. Thank God I wasn't taking a drink of something at that point.
All right, I gotta admit that is funny.
This is
I
the same issue.
I almost sneezed.
This is the same issue that I had when it came to a lot of the Weinstein stuff. There were legitimate victims of Weinstein.
Yeah.
A lot of the women that were being called victims weren't.
No, you weren't.
They were prostitutes.
Yep.
That prostituted themselves for a role and for a career. There were legitimate victims. The one that I bring up, I think, every time that I mention this is there was the Italian, I want to say she was an Italian model that was trying to get into acting. So she ended up meeting Weinstein. Weinstein said, I can get you into acting. She went, oh, really? And he said, oh, yeah, absolutely. Here, we can talk it over later tonight. And gave her his hotel room. Now, she was a little bit naive. She showed up, but she didn't want to have sex. She showed up thinking that, oh, we'll talk about it and then head on our ways.
Mm-hmm.
So she showed up, went, okay, so what's the role and when do I show up in order to audition and all this? And he effectively said, well, your audition's right now. And she went, oh, you have a script? No. Take them off.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck do you think this is? I want an acting part. Yeah, I know. Take him off. He tried to assault her. She forced him off, ran away, went to the police, told the police what happened, told the police that she had just been assaulted. The police went, oh, really? Yeah. She agreed to wear a wire and camera and go back to meet with Weinstein again.
Mm-hmm.
she did this. He tried to assault her again. She again was able to fight free and get out of there, this time with everything on recording. That never went anywhere. That was someone who was actually someone that he tried to victimize. There are a bunch of women that they didn't have stories of him forcing himself on them. They had stories where he fucked up by saying, hey, if you sleep with me, you'll get the part. That's fucked up. If they had gone right then and there and said, this fucking disgusting pig,
If they got ahead of the problem,
said that if I
Proposition,
slept with him, then I would get this part. That's disgusting. That isn't right. That is sexual harassment or sexual assault.
you don't wait 15 fucking years.
But when he goes, if you sleep with me, you'll get the part. And you go, well,
Okay.
that's a good part. And you sleep with him. And then you have a career after sleeping with him because of that part that you got from sleeping with him. You aren't a victim in that, to my mind.
You're a whore.
Decided that you were a prostitute. You decided that the price of your prostitution was that part and your career. The victims, to my mind, in that sort of situation are the people that would have gotten the part but didn't prostitute themselves. And because they didn't prostitute themselves, they ended up getting screwed over and didn't get their part.
Yep.
Because you decided to be a whore
Yep.
and took their role.
You
That
hold yourself out.
That is the part that bothers me. Those are the people that I think were victimized by it, not the people that decided that, yeah, I can prostitute myself for that amount.
Mhm.
It's the old Winston Churchill joke of, do you guys know this one? Winston Churchill was at a event, and it's
If
normally
you were
later.
if you were my husband, I would poison your drink.
Not that.
If I
It's
idea.
another.
If I was your husband, I'd drink it. Sorry.
It's supposedly another Lady Asterley one, where Lady Asterley and Winston Churchill were both at the same event because they were constantly both at the same event. And Lady Asterley saw a older gentleman come into the party with a very young woman on his arm. And she and her friends immediately started making snide comments about how much did he have to pay her. Winston Churchill overheard this. So he got up and he went to find the most attractive waiter at the party. Found the most attractive waiter, went over to Lady Asterley's table and said, ladies, would you sleep with this man for £1 million? And according to the story, Lady Asterley kind of coyly giggled and said, well, for £1 million. And then Winston Churchill immediately followed up with, would you sleep with me for a penny? Mr. Churchill, what type of woman do you think I am? That's already been determined, madam. We're just haggling over price now.
Churchill's a fucking savage, dude.
Yeah. Fantastic fucking line. Beautifully executed. But it's that sort of thing when it comes to this. That,
Churchill's my spirit animal.
to my mind, their price was already determined. What sort of person they were was already determined. Their price was already determined. That they did it was already determined.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just have whorish inclinations. You did the work.
Look, I'm putting it to you like this. I'm never gonna. I can't play the game. I realized this a long time ago. I'm the type of person who'll tell you you're fucking stupid, and I will never get ahead of my job because I can't suck up and play the game. But I don't knock the people that do. I don't. There is a person there who does not deserve her position, and the only reason why she got her position is because she spread her legs so far that she was able to wrap them around her head.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Me saying, "Well, you were a whore," it's not really me trying to demean the people that did it.
I'm just calling it a spade.
This is the objective standard of what a whore is. A whore sleeps for money.
Yep.
Or kickback.
Does it for free.
Or a kickback, yeah.
Whore does it for profit.
You can have whores in a barter system. That
Barter
works
whores.
perfectly fine. Yes. And
No,
functionally,
I
what
think
they
it's funny.
did
It's like-
was they were whores by barter.
Yep.
That isn't me going, well, they should be ashamed of it. That's me going, this is factually what occurred.
I think one of my favorite things is like if you want to insult somebody, at least insult somebody correctly.
Yeah.
I don't even care about insulting them correctly. If you're a whore, you're a whore. I'm not gonna knock you. I don't judge.
There's a difference between a whore and a slut. A whore gets paid for it, a slut does it for free.
A whore is smart enough to know that she can get paid.
A
A
slut just
slut
enjoys
does
it.
it for the love of the game.
That's exactly what I just said.
And then aspiring sluts, nobody fucking wants.
That's a tease.
No. That's not a tease. Because a tease isn't necessarily aspiring to be a slut. They're just aspiring to turn you on. An aspiring slut wants to get fucked.
Hey, Jen.
They just can't.
Yo, Jen.
There's a lot of people that are aspiring sluts.
I hope
Yes,
Jen is
that's
okay. I hope Jen is okay with this one because I recently heard a new slur for Canadians.
What?
It's called a frostback.
We call them snow Mexicans. I mean,
That's
I'm pretty
new.
sure. I call them a Kanakastani.
That's always been a thing. I was like, this was a new one for me.
Right. I can't stand people who sleep their way to the
Frostback.
top, but lie about it. At least admit it. Yes,
Yeah.
I don't care. You slept your way to the top. We know you slept your way to the top. You're too stupid to fucking admit it.
If you slept your way to the top, don't let people think that you got there by merit.
Hey,
Jen, this happened because Kefki.
she called you a bony whore. I don't know why that's funny.
The bony whore. Hey.
She said if you had a pirate flag and then you called your pirate boat the bony whore.
To use a fun quote, I'm only a slut in theory, but not in practice.
Yeah, sluts in theory, that's perfectly fine. A slut in theory, that's someone who has the inclination to want to be slutty, but doesn't actually want to be slutty. There's a lot
I am not
of
a slut.
sluts in theory, and sluts in theory are fantastic. They tend to have very happy partners when they find someone.
That is true. Not gonna name names.
So never going
Oh
to knock
God, Jesus fucking Christ!
a slut in theory. Like I said, it's the aspirational slut
Mm-hmm.
that is the one that is my favorite insult. You are an aspiring slut, because that means that you aren't even trying to have people pay you for it. People are turning down the free sample.
Wow!
Damn.
Wow!
That's what being an aspiring slut means. Because you have all the will, you intend to do it, just no one's taking you up on it.
Hold on. Jen says, "Tier." I was like, "You're a lich. Liches are bony people. Pirates have bony flags." The Jolly Roger is not a bony flag. The Jolly Roger It is a symbol of rebellion and peace. And we're gonna rub your shit. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and Islam is the religion of peace.
And kaboomings. Mass kaboomings.
Yes, Rico, kaboom.
But yeah, like I said, sluts in theory, perfectly fine.
Yes.
In fact, some of the best people, sluts in theory.
Mm-hmm.
They have very happy partners when they get partners.
Yeah, it's true.
And also, any author that writes kinky scenes, technically a slut in theory.
Really?
Are you denying that?
No, I'm just. I mean,
I think he was legitimately asking.
Do you just feel called out?
Yes, I did.
I mean, I'm not gonna say yay or nay.
I feel called out. I feel judged. Sanguine is judging me, and you see that at Sanguine. I'm a little angry at being judged. Okay,
It's like saying quit being too loud.
Hey, at least nowadays you don't get hung immediately.
But
I mean, Sanguine. I'm look at me, Sanguine. I'm sad. All right, but I'm pissed off that you judged me, but I'm still sad about it. Okay, just
that was only that was only 2/3 of a joke.
Nice.
now I'm pissed. You know what? I was sad, but now I'm angry. Really angry.
No,
I'm gonna look into your future. Critical. I'm looking to your future, and I see nothing.
You looked into the
Be
void, and the
afraid.
void stared back. Bitch.
But yeah,
Tier didn't feel called out. He was called out and didn't like it.
I have no problem with any of these groups of people. Now, would I want a daughter or sister or future partner to be a slut or whore? No.
No.
Would I want a future partner to be a slut in theory? Hell yes.
As long as I'm the partner, she practices. You know, she
As long as you're the partner, she's the slut for.
yes.
As long as I'm the partner that gets to have that theory put into practice.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's not important if you do it with one person on exclusively.
Yep.
Exactly. That's just a relationship with extra steps.
No, just a relationship.
It's not reverse. That's a reverse relationship. Just kidding.
There's no judgment in that. Like I said, perfectly fine. Not condemning people that are that way. Again, as I said, even somewhat praising people that are specific ways. Also, if it weren't for sluts and it weren't for whores, what would we be masturbating to?
That's true.
Exactly.
So, no knocking them, but if someone gets to the top by being a whore,
Oh, this is a dumb. Oh, Jesus Christ! Just sorry.
okay.
Sorry about this thing. When I got kind of I'm looking at this fucking article. I was running through some shit, right? And they said the top good RPGs are born protagonists, and at the very bottom of this fucking list is Chrono from Chrono Trigger. And I want to go. How is Chrono fucking boring?
What is it?
Granted, he doesn't say much, but he fucking takes a goddamn god death beam to save his friends. He eats it. Name me one other character that did that and lived to tell a tale. Well, they had to go back in time to get him back to life.
One of my favorite animes, and it's pretty much really obscure unless you're into obscure anime. It's called Problem Children Are Coming from Another World.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the main characters, there's like 4 main characters, and the main character is a badass. He's like super intelligent, but he's also super strong. There's these games, and one of the bad guys fires this fucking world-ending beam, and he fucking jumps in the air, does a split kick, and breaks the fucking beam.
No, Chrono eats like Chrono doesn't. He gets hit like Lavos fires a beam that's gonna kill all of his friends. He jumps in front of that beam to save his friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't. He doesn't. He sacrificed himself to protect the people that he loves.
But to answer your question of
yes.
how is that boring, I'm willing to bet it's by people that think that if the character isn't quipping, that they're boring.
Probably. Like again, yes, he is the silent protagonist, but technically he is supposed so you can superimpose yourself on that character.
Yep.
But even then, you're still playing a role. He is the quintessential hero.
Yep.
Because
it's kind of like recently there was the Saints Row reboot, which was absolute garbage because it took everything that was good about Saints Row, got rid of it, took all the jokes. Because a really good example of this, did you know that in the reboot they got rid of rim jobs
and Jim Bob's?
It became Jim Bob or Jim Robs. It was Jim Robs.
And then they got rid of freckle bitches and became FBs.
Yep.
They sanitized it, and it sucked because that was fun. That was part of the charm.
Yeah. The charm of Saints Row was it was insane. It wasn't haha quirky millennial humor. It was crass and absurdist.
Yes.
It was a game where in later editions, you got the dubstep cannon.
But it gets even better because you still have moments of genuine, like Lynn dying, Carlos dying.
Yep.
Like you actually felt for these cards because the death isn't instantaneous. You have time to build up a relationship and see, the joy, the fears, and even it makes it worse for Carlos is when Lynn dies, she's your boss in a sense, but you're the leader now, and Carlos is supposed to be your lieutenant. And you're supposed to be looking out for him and making him, I'm gonna make you a better gangster even if he kills you. And you said that as a fucking joke.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't think 3 missions later you'd have to put a bullet in him because the asshole ran around the streets with him attached to a chain and cut, really fucked him up. And the only way to save him is to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to do it. And that really pissed the boss off. Like he was.
There were highs and lows throughout the entire series where people were making jokes. Serious things were happening, and you actually kind of felt nervous about different people within Saints Row. One of the weird ones was the moment that you realized Johnny Gat wasn't immortal.
Yep.
Because when Johnny Gat died, you kept on going, so Gat's going to show up.
And he didn't.
Gat's going to show up. Gat is going to come out of nowhere. And then funeral. What the fuck?
Yeah, because again, the first game, you see him get injured and they build him up. They build him up as the wisecracking, gun-ho fight guy. And then in the second one, he becomes this ultimate badass. You're second in command and you're badass. And the only time you see him get beat up is when he fucking takes the sword for Ish, because they killed Aisha. And then you're in the hospital, and even then, he really fucked Shogo up. I think Shogo got the worst fate in all the games. Like everybody else was killed. Shogo got burned alive.
It just kept on being that every time that Johnny Gat looked like he was in danger, Johnny Gat turned the tables and ended up winning.
Yeah.
And didn't matter how dead he looked, he was still going to be alive. And then he wasn't. And that was oh.
Yeah.
They killed motherfucking Johnny Gat. We're getting our blood.
Yeah, and that's when shit turned like, oh fuck, no,
Yeah.
all of you gotta fucking die.
Yep.
And when you kill Philippe, it wasn't as satisfying because again, but when you kill Killbane, yes.
Mm-hmm. So,
But
every game, there were high points, there were low points. There was actual story in the game. And then there were the joke weapons. No one thought that
the tentacular weapon.
penetrator was meant to be a serious weapon. But
you still use it
around with the penetrator. The dubstep cannon. That is one of the most what the fuck weapons in any game. For those who haven't played Saints Row.
Hold on.
Again.
Wait a minute. My favorite weapon in all the Saints Row, the Professor Genki tentacular sword.
Mm-hmm. But the dubstep cannon, not a serious weapon at all. It will play dubstep the entire time that you're firing it. And each beat, especially when the beat drops, will deal more damage. And it'll just be this light show of death raining down upon your enemy as you're just listening.
You forget the best part. The person you hit it with does like random animations. Like they start dancing. They do random animations.
Yep. Yeah. It's just a silly weapon. But it works and it's fun. They got rid of the dubstep cannon. They got rid of the penetrator. They got rid of the fun weapons. And then they got rid of the humor. They got rid of the tense points. And it just became quirky millennial humor.
Then they got rid of the gang. Like it wasn't, you weren't a gang anymore. You were a collective of friends. That's another thing. When the first Saints Row started, you didn't know who any of these people were, so you had to learn who they are. Mm-hmm. You know, you didn't come into them, you know, working together and shit. You built up to it, and you know, you got to know Gad, you got to know Julius, and you got to know, Dex, and you got Troy, and then Lynn. And when Lynn died, you felt something. Because here's Lynn, this badass female saint, who don't take shit from nobody. Mm-hmm. And then in the second game, again, you're building you're the leader. You go get Gad, and you get your lieutenant. You get Shondi and Pierce, and you get fucking Carlos, and you're raising these 3 young kids into gangsters, and you take a special favor to Carlos because he's the one to get you out of the prison in the beginning of the game. So it's like he saved you. So you feel a little special ways about him. And then you're dealing this shit with Marrow, and Marrow fucking kills him, and your character flips. Okay, I was just happy dismantling your organization, but now it's personal, and you kidnap his girlfriend. And you make him kill her. Like, why are you here? I'm just here to deliver a message. And he just tosses him a fucking key and points to a goddamn a destroyed car because he destroyed it with his monster car and just walks off. Should have never fucked with my friend and walks out. Mm-hmm. I was happy dismantling your organization. I was more than content to leave you alone if you offered me more than fucking 25%. Mm-hmm. Now, you made it personal.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Each of the stories, each of the games had their plot. They had their stories. They had their high points. They had their low points. Mm-hmm. It was, I would say, Saints Row, when it was done well, was as close to Yakuza as any American game has gotten.
Far better than fucking GTA.
Yeah.
Well, almost everything is better than that right now.
Well, it really did start off as a GTA clone that didn't have a really same, felt very similar to the old school GTA. And then by the second one, they realized let's embrace the insanity.
Mhm.
Well, what it was a GTA clone that went, well, what if we dial up the humor?
Yeah, because GTA went really serious and it stopped being fucking fun.
And they got some benefit out of that with the first game, but they realized people wanted it sillier. People wanted it more over the top. This worked because it was more light than GTA was at the time. So let's go even lighter. Let's go to even more insane. And as they went more insane, as they went lighter, they got more and more people going, hey, Saints Row, fucking fun as shit. So
and that's all they had to do.
Yeah, just kept on getting weirder and better. And everyone kept on coming back going, this is fun as hell.
Yep.
And then they decide to make a reboot. And rather than making it sillier and more over the top and continuing the story, what they decide is we're going to do a reboot and we're going to take everything that made the first one work and everything that made the second and third and fourth ones work. And we're not going to do any of it.
Stick a chicken and make a lemon guy.
And it was such a ball drop.
I mean, it could have been it. Look, some of the stuff that I've seen, some of the gameplay stuff, were pretty good. Like honestly, in a better game, that shit would have been fun.
Yeah,
but the story could not. The story was fucking stupid. The whole motivations you have for starting this game was college fucking loans.
Yep.
What? So instead of getting a 9 to 5, an actual fucking job that pays, you're gonna start a gang to pay off your student fucking loans? Really?
Fuck me. Is that the new one that came out?
Yeah, that's the reason why. And again, there's another thing that makes no sense. None of these people should be friends.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like. All right, so you have this. There's the three gangs in the city.
They didn't even give the justification of,
we
they
knew she
all
would
had
pass.
the same class.
Yeah, nothing.
Or they were all part of the same college club. No.
Yes.
Didn't do that.
None of that. So essentially, the three gangs, I think, with the Los Pinteros, this anarcho-capitalist techno group that was essentially based off of fucking Daft Punk, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Because their leader had fucking helmets that, changed and shit. And then you had like the what's the name of the military group? I don't fucking know what the whatever the fuck they were called. They were the three quote unquote gangs, and the I think the Los Pinteros were fucking car enjoyers, like the obligatory Hispanic gang.
Mm-hmm.
You had a girl. One of the girls was the driver for that gang. She was your quote unquote friend. You had this dorky dude who looks like he should be in a boardroom somewhere because the entire time he's talking about marketing and leveraging your asset. Like he came off as a fucking business strategy, a business student, than an actual fucking gangbanger. And then you had this party boy who refused to wear a shirt.
Of the group.
Huh?
I'm willing to bet he was supposed to be the Mackenzie of the group.
Yes, but he didn't. See, the cool thing about Mackenzie was she was actually fucking smart, and she was this weirdo, if you will.
Yeah,
he was fucking fun.
She was actually smart. She was weird, And it was funny because as you did more with her, you realized bitch is freaky.
Yeah, but she could also fight. She also knew how to use a gun, and it made sense. What she was FBI, she was former FBI, so it made sense that she knew how to wield a weapon. You're telling me that this scrawny 2x4, barely has muscle, who listens to self-help books in the car, is a gangbanger? Like, like the first mission they do, they rob a payday loan place. And the justification, these people are insured. They'll get the money back.
I hate that fucking thing. I hate that. Oh, they're insured, so that's my justification.
Yeah, but see, and that was the issue. And mind you, they didn't go in wearing mat. Like, all right, when you break out Gat in the opening couple of missions in Saints Row 2, it was just fucking weird that you would roll up, break out Gat in the middle of a court trial, and nothing fucking happens to you. And you come to find out is because Troy, who is the chief of police, is protecting you. It made sense why no one fucked with you. Like Troy was literally protecting you. Troy kept the police off your ass. Don't bother with the Saints unless they actively do something that requires you to get involved with them. Mm-hmm. Troy was protecting you as chief of police. But in this game, you don't have that type of protection. So why are you not? You go and you rob a place with no mask and no one ever comes after you. It makes no fucking sense. And even then, you also had the fact that Dane Vogel in the second game literally was protecting you. Shit, by the third game, when you knock off that bank, they say Troy can't protect you this time. Like Troy can't stop it this time. You're fucked. Like you went too far. Troy can't protect you this time. I don't fucking know. The disconnect from the story and the game and them being millennials just didn't work. You should have got actual fucking adults who had reasons to be gangbangers. Hell, you can even gone back to the drawing board of the first game where your character is a new recruit. If you want to reboot it, let's reboot it from there.
That's what it should have been. The reboot should have been, if we're going to do a reboot, we shouldn't have done a reboot in the first place. But if we're hellbent on doing a reboot, it should have been take it from square one. The Saints are an established street gang, and you join them. Shortly after you join them, everything goes to shit for the Saints. And due to everything going to shit, the Saints go from being an established, powerful street gang to the weakest of the gangs in the area.
And you have to rebuild. Shit, you know what would have probably been a better thing? Make it like the Warriors. It is, because that's essentially what the fuck the games were. It was the Warriors, the video game. Give me more, make the city bigger. Give me, essentially, well, you did have map takeover essentially, but give me more than 3 fucking gangs. Give me a lot of fucking, just give me give me 3 big ass parts of the city with 3 different gangs in each city, and you gotta take over everything. The sequel, the reboot, and the reboot, realize the reboot need to happen because they ripped themselves in a corner with Agents of Mayhem and Get Out of Hell, and from Saints Row 4 goes forth and Get Out of Hell, that whole they ripped themselves into a corner. The Earth is fucking gone. So yeah, they had to reboot it. Yeah, I wish they didn't. I wish they'd have said that, oh, well, yeah, the 4th one happened in an alternate reality, and this is a reality where, The
Now,
Saints.
see, what they should have done is they should have gone 2 different games. So one of them is continuing the story, and it's after Saints Row 4, where the Earth has been destroyed.
Mhm.
And it's the Saints literally going out to start taking over intergalactic turf. Because that would
That'd
be
been
weird as
nice.
shit. That would have been fun.
Yes.
And that's how that one proceeds. Then they should have gone, okay, so that's one universe of Saints Row. Go back, have a reboot of original Saints Row.
Mm-hmm.
You're a gang member, you're joining up with a successful street gang that then has something happen that takes them down.
Mm-hmm.
And then you build up the gang from there, just like in Saints Row originally, where when you join the 3rd Street Saints, it is a successful gang. So you do that, you end up being the newbie, something happens right after you become the newbie, your gang goes to shit, you start rebuilding alliances, rebuilding your forces, and you're raised up in the ranks as the story goes because they're just that low on people right now. That the newbie becomes a sergeant really fucking fast because they need sergeants. They don't have any. So you do that. You build it up. And then you have a slightly different set of gangs in the first one. So don't just do a complete remake of the 1st one. Have it change. Some things in the world shift slightly. So that your second game is a bit more different than the second Saints Row of the original series than the first game was from the first game. And it tweaks it at each additional installment, but it's still kind of building the same sort of idea. And then rather than it being an alien that comes in and destroys Earth, this universe could be something equally insane, like suddenly the world goes doom.
Mm-hmm.
And you're dealing with demons and shit.
Yeah.
And then you have that one. And then, if you want, you could do another reboot. Again, going back to the beginning, changing things slightly, but you're starting out low-level gang member. And each time they do a reboot, it is a different path. And then just have every single path end with, the world was destroyed, but the Saints survive.
Somehow the Saints survive.
And then
Somehow
it's
that
the
sounds
Saints
cooler than it should.
dealing with whatever fucking weird apocalypse as the games in the previous series as they continue. Because like I said, the one after Saints Row 4, make it so that we're taking over galactic we're taking over different planets rather than different sections of a city. Have it be something just completely fucking mental that's how did we go from your gang taking over a city to you are now an intergalactic empire?
How'd you become an intergalactic warlord?
Yeah,
Fucking no.
because that's where it shines, in the absurdity. Have it be absurd. And like I said, have certain things that are kind of set points. And the 2 set points, to my mind, should be you start out as a grunt, and for some fucking reason at the end of the 4th game, the Earth is destroyed.
Mm.
Just every fucking time. I don't care what the reason is. Just every fucking time, the Earth is destroyed.
Oh yeah.
And probably by like the 3rd time that you're doing this, it's you get to the end of the 4th game, everything's fine, the Earth hasn't been destroyed, and then during the cutscene at the end of just the Earth explodes. No fucking reason given. Just randomly explodes. Because that's Saints Row.
Ain't know what even would be amazing if they did a crossover game, because at some point you're gonna have different characters filling different roles. So now you bring in all the cards like fuck you from with the original Saints. And the original boss comes in with his galactic empire and he's walking through like fucking Darth Vader. No, Jack's walking in like fucking Vader and shit, and he's got the troops marching, and then you see the boss over there looking around like, thanks, universe. I think we'll take it over. Oh man, it's or then you have the Doom one where you got all of the agents from hell and shit. They're all battle hardened. Nah, I don't think he'll take this one. Again, the absurdity.
Yeah, that's what it should have been. It should have been that each story kind of reset, came up with a different way that things progressed, but kind of similar story beats. Each game you're taking over a city or an area. Not necessarily always a city, but always you're taking over this area. Whether it's a town, a city, a state, a county, whatever the fuck. You're taking over an area.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, with continuing after Saints Row 4, Saints Row 5 should have 100% been, we're taking over solar systems. And it is straight up every area you have to deal with the dominant power in that solar system, and it's just the Saints conquering the universe bit by bit. And then, yeah, eventually you would be able to have, okay, so the mainline Saints game that has already gone really fucking weird with it becoming a sci-fi series. And then taking over that galaxy, and then you could go multi-galactic. Then eventually it becomes, yeah, you have one of the other series. If one of them became really popular, OG Saints invade that universe. Both of them take over that universe. Have it be something weird like that, where it's like crossover time, because fuck it. We don't take this seriously. We've never taken this seriously. That's the fun of this game.
Again, and it would have been fucking amazing. And it would have provided actual fucking competition for fucking GTA, because GTA is fucking ass.
Yeah, GTA is not fun.
GTA went from being this you had a gang of fucking Elvis impersonators having you go around killing people, and that was the first 2 games.
Right.
Just a gang of Elvis, mad scientists, and that's another thing that they need to bring. They really what they would have brought back, where you had the multiple factions instead of having this one contiguous story. It is just this open world. Hey, you work for us. There's no real storyline behind it. Hey, you do shit for us, and you just enjoy yourself. Because then when they went 3D and had an actual fucking storyline, it made no fucking sense.
Yeah.
But I'm getting a little sleepy, Sanguine, so I might have to hop off.
It is that time, I suppose. But yeah, like I said, that would have been the way to go with Saints Row. It would have been lean into the silliness, lean into everything just going off. And like I said, it would have been hilarious. Every 4th Saints Row game, when they did a reboot, the world just explodes at the end. And some, like the first 2-3 times, they have a reason. So the first game, it was aliens. Second game, make it like hell. The third game, you can have it be like fucking eldritch abominations. And then the 5th time, it's just, yeah, everything's fine, and then it just explodes. We don't know why it explodes. It just explodes. Because everyone would find that funny. Everyone would laugh at that point. It's been 4 games of the Earth exploding, or 4 series of the Earth exploding at the end of the 4th game. Just make it explode again. And you could have it so that each of the different worlds that you go into, because in Saints Row 4, you went into this simulation world. Make it so that in the one that it's hell takes over, rather than going into a simulation world, you're going into a fantasy world.
Ah,
And then the one that's Eldritch Abominations, rather than going into simulation world or fantasy world,
Neo-noir.
you're going noir. And it's just each game does something different like that. So it becomes fun and interesting. And it's the same, but different. And people like it. But yeah, you need to go. So, parting words.
If you're passionate about Sanguine, devour him. Don't let Sanguine devour you.
You have no choice in the matter if I hunger.
So Maddie is doing War of the Worlds on Friday, Halloween. She's
Nice.
doing War of the Worlds on her channel, Maddie's House of Geek.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be at 8 Eastern. Please join. It'll be fucking amazing. I've never heard the original radio production of War of the Worlds.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah. So look forward to that.
Next up, Ka, do you have parting words?
They're critical. I'm assuming he has the mic issue. Oh.
He came back for a moment and then got swallowed by the void.
He's
Will
in
he
the
come
void. I see him in the void.
Oh, and that would 100% be an option for one
There
of
we
the
go.
weird... There we go.
There we go. I was gonna say, have your pet spayed or neutered.
Yes, Bob Barker.
Hey, at least you remember.
And I'll leave off with, I have no need of friends who nod as I nod, who turn as I turn. My shadow does that far better anyways. And with that, have a good night all. The zoo is closed.
Night.
And now I click this, but it takes a second, so suck it!